Okay, in this video, we're going to be learning some of the ins and outs of Luminair. This is what we use on Sundays to control our light systems. And so I'm going to give you a quick overview. In this video, I won't go over, showing how exactly it adjusts the lights, but I just want to show you how to use this interface here. So right now, you see that there's a bar over this pre-service square. That means that in Luminair, this is the light scene that you're on. If you want to change light scenes, all you got to do is press the next one. If you want to see what a light scene looks like, but not just switch to it and have it just quick flash what it looks like, you can just hold one down and it still has the bar over top worship, but in the room it's displaying what end worship looks like because I'm holding that down. Once I release it, it goes back to the top worship settings. And so on a Sunday, you'll always have your light scenes lined up for what is happening in the service. So this past Sunday, you'll see that we have pre-service, which is just, everybody walking in. It's kind of the welcome. We've got 2 light settings for the top set of worship so that we can just have some variety of colors, and the overall house lights get dimmer as you get further into the service so that people can just continue to get immersed in a worshipful environment. After the top set, typically the worship pastor will pray into whatever type of sermon we're having. So sometimes we have live sermons, like this past Sunday, Ross preached live from here, and so we've got live sermon. But sometimes we'll have stream sermon, and so that would be here in this place instead. But we had live preaching, so it's going from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Accidentally hit that there, but again, it's in order. So after the sermon, Ross prayed. We went back into worship. Got 2 different end worship set scenes, again for variety of lighting. And then we had baptisms, and so if you hit that scene, it would be just right for the baptisms that happened. And then ending announcements, because typically we'll have announcements after that, and then post-service, which is very similar to this light scene, but we made it just for the purpose of being able to go all the way down the line. It's very rare that these would be out of order or you wouldn't have what you need during the service. I'll typically have that preset for you so that as a venue producer, you can just click through each one as we change things in the service. So you can see a lot of different light scenes here that we have that maybe other people have used. This is scrolling all the way to the right. To be able to see what I've got programmed for you, it's going to be all the way to this left side here. So if you, for some reason, need to make an adjustment to a scene, but you don't want to completely destroy, the scene that we already have, you just kind of want to make a duplicate and adjust some of the levels. What you can do is, so I'm on this baptism scene here, and it's got certain light settings. If I want to duplicate it, all I got to do is scroll all the way to the right side, and I've got to add scene here. If I hit add scene and choose a color, it copies exactly what I had before to the scene. And so if you click on the actual scene 74, like the little words down here, it'll pull up this editing window, and so you can click into the scene, you can rename it what you want, get it done. You could change icons. This is how I put little guitars and things. or the baptism if it's like a different version of the baptism and you like to use that tub. And then you can customize how long it takes for that light setting to transition. If you left it at like 0 seconds, that means that once I clicked it, the lights would automatically snap to this new light setting, which you don't really want. You want it to be smooth transitions. So I like to set my light transitions to around 4 seconds. And then that's all I need to do. And basically, if I want to make an adjustment, then I'll go around to these things. I'll make the adjustment that I want, you know, make it minute. And then if I want to use it in the service, I just hold this down. It'll get a little bigger, and then I can move it all the way over to wherever I want to. So it's really, really easy to use. Now, if I wanted to essentially just black out all the lights and turn everything off because I'm done using Luminair, then you'll see in this top right corner, there's a little sun. So if I hit that sun, you'll see this window that pops up that says BO off. That just means blackout off. So right now the blackout is off. If I hit blackout on, you know, and Luminair was controlling all the lights in here would turn off because the blackout is on. This is kind of where this stays. So when you get here on a Sunday morning, the blackout is typically on. And so if you're wondering like, oh my gosh, I'm on this scene and nothing's showing up, check if that little sun is red in the top corner, because that'll let you know that the blackout is engaged, and you want to make sure to go back up there and then disengage it. That way all the lights will turn back on. So it's as easy as that. You can scroll around here to basically, again, make adjustments to the different lights that are in the room. All these ones that say Lico here are different whitewash lights that are hitting the stage. So literally these are all just white lights. This is all the way to the left, and all the Licos of every kind, all just whitewash that you would see on the stage. The next section, this DSL and DSR, well, that says DSL too, but you can scroll DSL, 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 DSR, DSR, DSR. It's the lights that you'll see on the sides of the auditorium. Typically there's 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3. That's why there's 3 left and then 3 right here. So when you see DSL or DSR, that's what lights those are. And so you can literally, you know, click one of these and adjust the color here. You just slide, oops, let's go back to white. Make sure I don't change that. Swipe that away. But next, after you get through those, you have the USL, you know, left, and then you'll have USR as well. What those are, see if I can get this to focus. There are these lights that are hanging, are little tiny circles above the stage. That's what the U lights are. USL, USR. They control all 10 of the lights that are hanging up there, and those are colored lights. These wall lights are also colored lights. That's why you could change the colors of those. So DSL, DSR goes to the side walls. USL, USR goes to, oh, come on, focus up. Goes to these top lights here. And then after that, keep scrolling, because again, there's 10 of those lights. You'll get to the house lights, which are basically, you know, your normal house lights. You can, you know, raise that up and down. And then your entryway lights, which are the lights that are back here. So right now, the lights that are back here are set to only like on and off rather than being able to fade in and out. That's why they only turn on and shut off, but that'll get changed here as we continue to update West. So SR and SL are like the banners. So SR is like the right banners, SL is left banners. We got these lights changed, so instead of 2 individual lights on each, you just have 1 bar going across, lighting up those 2 banners, and 1 bar going across, lighting up those 2 banners. And you've got 3 lights down here that are all programmed to operate together. And that's what you see on here as the last thing as Batten 72. So you've got like a red, green, blue function where you can just customize this to be whatever color you want using your mix of red, green, and blue. So that literally is all of the lights in the room, that from left to right, that covers everything that would ever need to be adjusted. Typically for you venue producers, you won't have to mess with that stuff. I'll set the lights for you, and then all you'll have to do is click through these. But just to help you, you know, get a visual for what actually is going on here rather than seeing a bunch of bars and not know what they mean. So yeah, that's as simple as that to use. When you're done, again, you'll hit that sun, turn the blackout on, and you're good to go.